Well, there's a clear strategy from the latest details we've had from NATO. This is what they were striking yesterday. Let's have a look at the map, and we can see a real concentration, if you like. You can see Sirte there, Hun down in the south in the desert, Bani Walid, which is what Stuart was just referring to in the last couple of minutes. Now, we know that in Sirte yesterday there were a whole range of things hit. 3 command and control nodes, 4 radars, 1 surface-to-air missile system, 22 armoured vehicles, 1 command post. The list goes on and on. Also in Bani Walid here you can see more attacks, 2 command and control nodes, 1 ammunition storage facility, and then down in Hun in the south here, 2 command and control nodes and 1 ammunition storage facility, 5 anti-aircraft artillery sites as well. So there is a clear strategy from NATO that they want to remove any threat from Colonel Gaddafi before the rebels move forward. Now, if I clear that and we go to a different map, we'll look at Sirte in a little bit more detail. If we move on, we can zoom into Sirte here. It is, as we've heard so many times, Colonel Gaddafi's hometown, his birth town. And there are quite a few interesting things to look at. Let's move down, look first at the airport area. You can see the airport here. It's quite a large airport. You can see that just from all the various sort of towns, runways and the like down here. If we move in a little bit closer to this particular area, now, from various sources that we've spoken to, this is an interesting area here, a suggestion that it could be some sort of a surface-to-air missile site. You can see these different bunker-looking complexes around here. This is an area, don't forget, if we can look at this on Google Maps, then NATO are going to have a much clearer idea of what's there. They've got rather better maps than we have. Let's move on to the next area now. Down in the southwest, you can see these odd-looking structures here. There is a sort of a caterpillar effect going down here. That box there is a zoomed-in image of what we're looking at. Now, the suggestion again here is that these are hangars, or perhaps even hangars with some sort of a bunker underneath them. Don't forget, we've seen so much of these bunkers in Tripoli. If he had them in Tripoli, we know he's got them in Sirte as well. Indeed, from my sources, it is a German construction company that over the past 20 years has built a lot of these. Let's move on briefly and look at one other area. You're looking in the city centre here. Now, don't forget, it's worth reminding people what NATO's mission, and I'll quote them, to protect civilians and protect populated areas under attack or threat of attack. Now, there is no doubt that Sirte is currently under the threat of attack, not from Gaddafi, but from the opposition. So NATO is finding itself in a position. What does it do? If it wants to maintain its mission, then it needs to protect the Gaddafi population in Sirte from the rebels that are attacking it. Now, it'll find ways of getting around that. Briefly, let's move in one more area here. You can see, again, more areas that look suspiciously like there are bunkers underneath here. You can, from the ground, this probably wouldn't look very suspicious, but from the air, you can see these mounds here. All these, the suggestion is that they are bunkers in that hometown of Colonel Gaddafi. This is the area where he is concentrating. This is where he's believed to be, where many people believe him to be. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how NATO deals with that if and when the rebels move in on Sirte. Their aim at the moment, NATO that is to clear any threat from Gaddafi's forces, so perhaps the rebels can move in peacefully. But we know that a lot of people in Sirte support Colonel Gaddafi. If they're civilian and they're attacked, and NATO is seen to be helping that attack, they've got a problem, I think.